English with Mr. C.
Hello again, this is Mr. C coming to you from the newcomers class in San Antonio, Texas. So, we finished lesson 1. We learned about the alphabet, how to make words, how little words become bigger words. Now we're going to start learning groups of words. Today we're going to learn parts of speech. There are 9 groups, and we'll go over them quickly. But our main lesson today will focus on 3 of those parts of speech: nouns, pronouns, and articles. That's going to prepare us to start making sentences. But we have to begin the sentence with the subject. Nouns are subjects. So there are many kinds of nouns. There are nouns you can touch and see. There are nouns you cannot touch or see necessarily. Some, it just depends. So we're going to look at different kinds of nouns, different kinds of vocabulary groups, and then we're going to start to see the correlation between pronouns and nouns, which are both subjects in a sentence. A pronoun can be a subject, noun can be a subject. We'll start with nouns, and then we'll finish up with articles, the, an, and a. So let's go ahead and look at different forms of plurals too. We're going to see more than one noun needs to have an S or ES or IES after you take off the Y. We are going to look at nouns that have irregular forms of plural. There's more than one, but there's no S on the end of the word. And we'll also look at the ways that pronouns take the place of nouns. So here we go. Let's start with parts of speech. There are 9 parts of speech. We have pronouns and verbs and adjectives, nouns, prepositions, conjunctions, adverbs, and then also interjections and articles. So a noun is a subject, and these are some different examples of nouns, and these are all nouns you can touch and see. These are nouns that you cannot touch or see necessarily. Maybe you can see signs of these nouns, the way someone acts or the way someone appears to behave. You can see these things, but these are not necessarily nouns that you can look at and touch. These are irregular nouns. These are plural nouns, and some of them end with S, some of them don't, but they don't have a normal plural like adding S or ES or IES. So let's think about our noun study as homework, because it takes many, many months, if not years, to learn all the hundreds of vital nouns in the English language. There's so many groups. Let's look at some. For instance, here is a visual dictionary that shows us a group of nouns for an office space. Look at all the words you have to learn just for that group. Then we talk about the body and the face. We have nouns outside in the city. We have nouns at the restaurant, all the things that you use at the restaurant and ask for at the restaurant. We have nouns at your house, all the places in your house and the things in your house, the kitchen in your house. So many nouns to learn. Okay, let's take a look at some plurals where we add S, ES, or IES. Ready? So we have our gallery of words. Nouns. All of these are singular, nouns that you can touch. But most nouns will end with just a single S. Spider is an easy one. Put an S on spider. Bird becomes birds, just an S. It's very easy. And then we can do cats. Put an S on cat, you get cats. Make it plural. This is the easiest. Let's look at some more that have more than S, like ES or IES. We'll use this little piece of paper here that can change the ending of the words to make them plural. So for instance, for tornado, we'll put ES on it to make it tornadoes. So for grass, if you have more than one grass or different kinds of grasses, you put ES on grass. For cities, this one changes. For city, you're going to take off the last Y and put IES to make it cities. It's singular, city. Cities is plural. Take off the Y. Let's do another example of taking off the Y with baby. Baby is singular. So we take off the Y, put IES to make it plural, babies. More than one. For witches, we have to use ES. Because of the CH, you're going to have to use ES. It makes it witches. The witches are flying on their brooms. Let's take a look now at pronouns. Now we know that pronouns replace nouns. They can also be a subject. Let's take a look at them. The thing to remember with pronouns is that they replace nouns. They take the place of nouns. So let's start with queen. A queen is a she. She is a queen. What about a lion? This is a male lion, we can see, so it's a he. He is a lion. Again, when we talk about a group of people, but not you included in the group, we will say they or everyone. You're not in the group, it's other people. They or everyone. Everyone is going to class, or they are going to class. Everyone in a group with yourself included, you are part of the group, you say we. I'm in this group, we. But you, if you talk to a group of people, you can say you about a group of people or singular. You can be a group and you can be one person. It's a very special rule that way. You can be singular or plural, special rule. So subjective pronouns begin a phrase. I love apples. You are here. She is happy. These are words that go in the beginning of a phrase. So another group that we're going to learn later is objective pronouns. They receive the action of a verb. You talk to me. I give her a gift. I help him. He talks to us. These pronouns receive action. They do not start the phrase. Next, later we'll talk about possessive pronouns. That means it belongs to someone. It is my purse. It is his friend. All right, now so we've looked at pronouns and nouns, how they go together, how we make them plural, what singular and plural is, and how pronouns take the place of nouns. Once you say a noun, you say a pronoun the next time you refer to that same noun, and they are the subject of a phrase or sentence. So now that we understand how to make subjects in a sentence, let's talk about articles. Articles are a, and the. Now we're going to use a special tool here, a triangle, with all three of the articles, a, and the, on both sides. One side is all lowercase, the other side has capital letters if we start the sentence. Well, we use this for different words depending on what the first letter of a word is, the first letter of a noun. So we have the balloons, the clock, the leopard. We can also say for the and a, any singular noun. You couldn't say a balloons though, because a is always singular. Sometimes the can be plural. You can say more than one with the. You can't say more than one with a though. Here's a special rule for an, an. So when we look at elephant, it starts with a vowel. We have to say an elephant because elephant starts with a vowel, E. You couldn't say a elephant because elephant starts with a vowel. A cannot begin a word that starts with a vowel. The elephant lives in the zoo. Let's look at another example of ice. Ice cube. Ice starts with the vowel I. So in this case, you have to use an ice cube. The castle. Castle starts with a consonant, a C. So you can't say an castle. Another one is crown. Crown starts with a C also. C is a consonant, so you can say a crown, but not an crown. You can say the crown, or a crown, but not an, because it doesn't start with a vowel. Okay, there we go. So there's lesson 2. We have the first 3 parts of speech that are going to help us make sentences. We have nouns, pronouns, and articles. The boy, the girl, the people, the class. Now, we know how to begin a phrase with a subject. Let's continue a phrase and finish phrases with verbs. Ready? Lesson 3 coming up.
English with Mr. C.